Sensational Sunday, everyone. Wow, wow, wow. What an exciting Sunday this is going to be. This is Faces of Resilience with your host, Furley Almonte. And let me tell you something. This is no ordinary broadcast that I'm going to be having today. First of all, we'd like to apologize for a little hiccup there on the technology, but here we are. Everything's okay. Carlton is okay. And so we're here for you. Well, the reason why I'm extraordinarily excited about this is because you will soon see that he is not only an inspiring leader in terms of empowerment, but he is also a celebrity in his own light who is shining in his own megastar right now. Well, my guest is actually an empowerment coach. He is also the president and CEO of Dance Formation, and by the way, my goodness, he is actually the star dancer of Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour, if you're a Madonna fan like me. And of course, he was also part of very much of the documentary Truth or Dare. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of different things and how it has evolved into the magnificent empowerment coach that he now is, using the art of dance. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome to Faces of Resilience, Mr. Carlton Wilburn. Woohoo!
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. Nice to see you, Furley.
Oh, same here. My goodness. I've been so excited. I'm a huge, huge fan of yours. And I can't wait to speak with you because I know you have a wealth of information and a wealth of inspiration that you're going to be sharing with you. So first of all, I'd love to know, before you became such a megawatt superstar in the world of dance, in the Madonna's tour, who is Carlton Wilburn? Like you as a person, because like you are not a title, obviously. I know that there is someone spectacular in that face of yours.
Talk to me. Gosh. Yeah, so I am Carlton. I'm originally from Chicago. I was, a little black boy that grew up on the south side of Chicago. When I look at my journey, it's so clear to me now how really well designed it has been in a way that I didn't understand in the process. So I'm the youngest of five kids, the baby, and I started dancing. Found it really by sort of a fluke of circumstances. I had always planned, Furley, to do high school in Florida, even though my family was in Chicago. I used to go to Florida every summer to study karate, starting at 8 years old. Got to a brown belt by the time I was 13. Thought I wanted to do all of high school in Florida as well. And then some tricky things started. And so I got out of Florida at 14, sort of an emergency rush to get me out, which had me back in Chicago. Scramble. My mom was trying to find a school outside of the hood for me to go to. She found, we ended up with me at a magnet school called Whitney Young Magnet High School. Myself and our previous First Lady went to school together, Michelle Obama.
Really? Wow.
Absolutely. She started out as a dancer in dance class with me.
Really?
Yes. That's why the Move campaign for her makes so much sense, because she had movement as a dancer in her background from back in the day. So I was in high school.
You went to school just as classmates, not really in the school of dance. Am I understanding it correctly?
We went to school at the same high school in the same dance department together at Whitney Young Magnet High School the same year. She and I are the exact same age. We were studying dance in the same class together in high school.
Oh, that you have a lot of brushes with celebrity. You're being a celebrity yourself, but
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so I started there, and then I was 14, and then by the time I was 17, I joined a professional company called Hubbard Street Dance Company. It's the premier company of the city, still to this date. I rode that out for about 5 years. Then I left the country, left and went to Sydney, Australia, worked with the Sydney Dance Company for 9 months. Came back to the States, joined a ballet company called Ballet Met, which is out of Columbus, Ohio. I was a guest artist with them for 9 months. And then I ended up getting the entertainment bug and moved out here to Hollywood in what, June of 1989. So I'm now officially at 31 years here in Hollywood. And so the journey out here was Blonde Ambition Tour, Truth or Dare, all of that stuff, which opened up the door to the Madonna camp. And then I went back out with her in 93 for the Girly Show tour. But by then I'd already started acting. So my world really, since I've been out here, has been a little bit of dance, a lot of acting. I'm published now twice, and the rest is history. And now I'm
Wow.
coaching.
But
So,
in listening to you tell your story, you actually started dancing late at like age 14. Um,
I mean, that's not really quite late for guys, actually.
oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys start around 12, 13. I mean, some younger, but it's not uncommon for professional men dancers to have started around that age. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty amazing, pretty remarkable, background in the world of dance. And you just mentioned that you also have two books published, right?
I do, yeah. So my first book is called Front and Center: How I Learned to Live There. That's my autobiography. That dropped in 2007.
Okay.
And I really call that my getting free. I really wrote about the different ways that life had marginalized me, ways that I had marginalized myself. And this is a way for me to like call a spade and give myself the opportunity to live out the power that God made me to have.
I love
And
the word that you use, marginalized, because I,
uh,
I don't hear that word being used in the transformation
mm,
world,
yeah.
and so you said something about that was a book that basically you use to free yourself. Free from what?
Well, again, from the marginalized frames that happened over time, ways to free myself from ways that life had marginalized me, and free myself from ways that I had marginalized myself.
Talk
To
to me
give
about
voice to
that.
that.
Talk to me about that point in your life that you were marginalized. What was it like?
Wow. That takes me back to why I was in Florida and why I left Florida. I was there studying karate initially. Every summer, me and my brother Tony, he's 3 years older than I am. I started going there when I was 8 years old in the summer to study. And it was my karate instructor. So, one of the marginalized places that had me bound was the fact that I had become sexually abused from 8 to 13. So, just being inside of that and the manipulations that happen around that sort of human arrangement put me in a box, and I lived with that for many years. And by the time, let's see, 2006, when I was just finishing the manuscript for Front and Center, I realized I had still not really come to terms with a lot of the abuse. And I ended up meeting with some private investigators. That all of this story is inside of the book. The private investigators helped me face my perpetrator now that I was a full adult. I got away from him at 13. So that was one way. Inside of the way that, so I was 8, he was 26, right?
Wow. Okay. Was
The
it a
training that I got,
family member, a close friend? Typically, that's what
he
happens.
was my karate instructor. He was the son of my aunt's boyfriend
Wow.
who was training me and my brother in karate, and he played out these other things. Cut to, because I got educated through the relationship and the dynamic with him to not honor myself the right way, nor learn how to honor someone else the right way, what he taught me. By the time I was a young adult, I was then diagnosed with HIV by the time I was 26.
Wow. How was
And
that?
so that became the other pocket that had me marginalized. The way that I viewed myself, the way that the world, at that time in 1985, the way that the world viewed people that were diagnosed also put me in a marginalized frame. So those were a lot of things for me, Furley, that were complicated areas to figure out how to navigate around and navigate away from. Hence why I wrote the first book. And I thought, I can no longer live inside of all of this. And I need something that's like this screaming way for me to get myself free. So
You know, you were diagnosed with HIV in 1985 when it was very scary then. There was
yes,
no
ma'am.
treatment. You know, it to most people it felt like a death sentence. How did that make you
Absolutely.
feel at that time?
I'd say before I even got to the pressure of it being a death sentence, I was under the pressure of feeling like a leper. The way that the public spoke about people that were diagnosed at that time, if people know anything about the Bible, which I follow, I'm a Christian, it really was like we were those, that
Yes.
bad seed in the world, that leper that no one wanted to get close to,
Yeah.
no one wanted you around. So really feeling, exited and not wanted is a lot, and but here I was, the showman who's supposed to be up on the stage and have all this presence and these, ways that you command attention while I was battling the world saying this other thing about me at the same time. So you're powerful and we don't want you and you don't mean anything, or literally happening simultaneously for years.
So let me just stop for a moment in there, okay? So obviously it was a stigma before, just like we just said, it was like living life, the life of a leper. Now,
Correct.
now, this was when you were also doing your dance professionally, right?
Yes.
Did you have to disclose to the people that you were working with that you were HIV positive? Was that something that was required of you?
No, it was not inside of the entertainment realm. So I'm super grateful that I am a gypsy and that my world has been in the gypsy realm because there's a lot more freedom and flexibility. But when you're going on a world tour to the level of what I did with Madonna, there are insurance things that tests you have to do for insurance and all of that. So you're always nervous. Oh my God, they're, going to have me go see a doctor so I can get insurance or they can get insurance on me for the job. Is it going to show up? Are they going to ask me to do blood work? If they do, all of that.
But also another thing, when you were ill, so how were you able to perform at your peak level when you were battling a dreadful disease at that time?
I love that question because God is God, baby. Because God is God and God instilled in me what I know now, which is why I coach from the frames that I do. The mountains of the world don't make up who we be. There's something that has been embedded in every single one of us. And all I can say, Furley, is that somehow what I know right now, the navigation, the strategic navigation that God set in place, I was never supposed to be taken down by it. I was supposed to come in touch with it so that I could learn how to find that mightiness on the inside of me so I could later down the road, the way that I have been now for the last 10, 12 years, be the voice of freedom and the voice of sanity and the voice of reason for a time like we are living in right now in 2020. When COVID-19 happened, instantly, instantly, I was like, bring it on. I know how to do this. I've already lived through a massive, major pandemic, a health scare pandemic. I lived through a war when it was actually for the pandemic that was then. It felt even more intense, and here's why. Right now, Furley, you and I and your cousin and your sister and my brother can all be in cahoots with how uncomfortable and nervous we feel because of COVID. It's relatable for all of us. HIV was not that. It was something that was pinned to those people. So even though I'm feeling the pressure, you couldn't empathize or have compassion for me the way that you can with everybody going through COVID, because it was us against them.
Yeah.
And right,
I mean, did you feel a lot more isolated?
of course, girl,
Wow. I mean,
of
I'm just like,
course.
I'm just like listening to you in complete awe.
Yeah,
Now, do
it,
you
it really
always
did.
spiritual? Like, because you speak so beautifully about your spirituality, about your faith in God. And I truly believe that because when I was disabled, my faith got me through. And
Yes,
I hear that and I said, was that awakened in you just because of that moment? Or have you always been raised that way?
it's a great question. I think as I look at my journey that it was an incremental process. You know, I know that I perceive I was made to grow up on the south side of Chicago with the intensity that the street brings you so that I could use the armor that I needed to withstand that for something that was going to be much more personal. So then I got to lean on that and leverage it. So no, I didn't always have it, but again, I think that God really put an anointed way on me out the gate. When I think I was in Hawaii when I got the diagnosis, the company was on tour. I had not been feeling well that December. We had finished some shows in San Francisco. Whatever, I thought I had the flu. We leave January. We're in Hawaii. I got the news. I had two girlfriends at the time. I remember getting back to Chicago. I told them the information. I got back to Chicago. Our first day professionally back, it's morning time, 10 a.m. We're doing the company ballet class. And I remember standing, and this was not something I did. This is not something I can take credit for. This is where I say God does God. I remember standing at the bar thinking about, oh my God, I just got this mountainous information. And I was at the bar holding onto the bar. And I remember saying to myself, my soul said to me, there is no effing way this thing is taking me down. And when I say to you, Furley, to date, that particular ballet class that day was one of the best dancing in class moments I've had throughout my whole career. There was a defiance of self. There was a sense of getting instantly tapped into my power that God put me in. I didn't have the wherewithal to say, there's no way this thing is going to take you out. There was too much information. The narrative collectively, globally, was too much for me to bring that on myself. There was anointing that was on my soul. All I know is what it said to me. All I know is what I chose to walk out. And here I am today.
Wow, wow, wow. Listening to it, it brought me to a moment in my life when I remember getting down on my knees and I said
Mm,
to myself, I could cry, I could wail, I could complain, but none of this is going to change my circumstances. I have the power to change my destiny and I will make my mess my message. I remember that pivotal moment
mm,
in my life, and I can feel the intensity of your heart and your conviction and your belief that God has instilled in you, that incredible superpower, magical power inside of you, because now your purpose was awakened,
mm.
in more ways that you probably ever imagined. How beautiful is
Absolutely.
that? And now
Thank
you
you.
had said that you have a second book. What was the
Yeah.
second book all about?
So the second book is literally the workbook of my coaching program, the initial installment of it called I Am Empowered, Igniting Freedom, Courage, and Healing. And it's straight up a workbook, 8 principles, super comprehensive. And it is really the beginning stage of what the rebrand of what Fierce Alchemist, which is what my movement is all about right now, and that's sort of the branded name for it. So that
There's
book
also,
dropped.
you have also dance formation.
Dance formation, yes.
I love that. By the
So
way, I love that dance formation. Ooh, it's like a very I love it. I love it. And so I said, like, I'm like, when I was like reading like a little bit about you and on
Mm,
Google, and like, oh my God, this guy is amazing, and I love the wordsmithing in there. I said, awesome. And then I know that you're going to be having an incredible coaching program event on the 29th. Please tell us about that.
yeah, so let me back up to dance formation. So dance formation is officially the first ever movement based through dance life coaching program. And just as you just said, I'm going to turn my mess into the message. I got wind that the way that everything conspired by the time I was 14 back in Chicago, and my mom runs into my eighth grade teacher who scrambles to find a school for me to go to, I never talked to my mom about wanting to be a dancer. I never talked about any of that. It happened to be that the colleague that my eighth grade teacher knew ran the dance department at Whitney Young Magnet High School. That's how I started dancing. It was a fix it for a part of my life that wasn't working.
I love that.
And later in my life, I got to go, that's the rub, dude. That's what dance has always been. It's been a saving grace for you. Can you look at your journey and design the tools that you used with movement and self awareness and body insight to activate other people to their own freedom and let dance be the way out for them, the way it was the catalyst for myself? And
Oh
that's
my
what dance formation is.
I love it. Love, 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 love it. I love you. You know that. And you know when I actually was messaged by David Fagan from
David Fagan, we love David
Top
Fagan.
Talent JV Mastermind.
Yes.
Furley, you need to meet Carlton. You
Oh.
guys will be an exclusive JV partner. And now I freaking understand what he was talking about because he obviously sees that I am high voltage energy, just like
Yeah.
you. And also, I believe in the expression of arts. As a matter of fact, I'm also going to be doing my one woman show called Make Your Mess Your Message, where I talk about
Oh.
yeah, I talk about the different adversities I've been through in life, and I teach people how to overcome their own. And then I sing all original songs I wrote lyrics to. So,
When can I see this?
oh, we're going to go on a tour together, girl.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to you. It's like, oh my goodness, this is one powerhouse. Like I can already see Madison Square Garden.
Tag team, baby, tag team. Now you
Right?
take it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm sure, like I'm going to be fit and sexy with your help in getting on more movement. Oh my God, you are in so inspiring in so many different ways. But
Thank
of
you.
course, because of this COVID thing, and we're restricted to going on stage. Of course, you are at least. Me and you are at least doing something virtually to empower others. And so I would like for you to talk about what you're going to be doing on September 29th.
That is the virtual program. I'm finally taking the guts of everything that I've done, really the guts of the workbook, the I Am Empowered workbook, and I am basically going to be leading that as my first official online program, zooming it. It's 8 critical steps. Folks get me for 1 week. They're inside of the workbook for the other weeks. And here's something I just got really clear about. And this is a very specific message to my brand and the way that I'm coaching. While I'm doing an online program, I want people with my actual workbook, not online. I don't want it as an online program that they're doing only through their tablet, that they're doing where they get to type in the answers. There's a scientific, confirmed, different absorption factor that happens when you put your hand to paper and look at and see your emotional frame and do something with it. So folks are actually inside of my program getting my actual workbook. So they'll get the workbook. Inside the workbook has a leader guide if as a bonus. It's just a bonus that I gave them. It's a complete leader guide. So Furley, if you got my workbook and you get the value of it, but then you, where you are in the world, say, I've got 5 other female friends that I want to get, or me and my family and whatever, I'm going to lead it. I've got it completely at the back of the book. There's pages for a complete rollout as a bonus that you can then contribute to your community with the same meat that helped you get and helped me get.
So tell me,
So it's Fierce Alchemist
your idea?
1.0 is what the September 29th program is.
So,
It's
who is
Fierce
the person that
Alchemist.
would most be like? Who is the person that you have in mind that would best benefit for your program right now?
Right
Describe that
now,
person to me.
it is the person that is stuck. That's what I realized. It is that general and that specific at the same time. If you are stuck in your life in some area, be it in a family arrangement, be it as a divorcee that has to figure out how to get your life from where you were to fending for yourself, it is if it's around your weight and your body, if it is around HIV impact, whether you were directly diagnosed or let's say that you're the mom and one of your children were impacted, and you still haven't quite figured out how to sit in that the right way. However, you're impacted. If you came through sexual abuse and were impacted, that is so it's the person that is stuck. That's my target audience. The
That
person that is stuck in one way or another.
and I am very, very, very active also in the NJ, New Jersey, LGBT
Mm.
Chamber of Commerce. I'm
Oh,
actually one
fantastic.
of their ambassadors. I
Wow.
I'm married to a woman. I don't know if you know that.
Oh no, I didn't know this.
Woo!
What's up, tribe? How you doing?
I love my life. It's so beautiful. We connect so well together, and together we are in business. Together we just come
Oh,
alive and bring out the best in each other. So,
amazing.
and actually, before I married Christine, about 10 years ago, I was widowed to another woman who I lost to
Oh,
pancreatic cancer within 8 months of our wedding day.
oh my
And
gosh.
that's why all of this resilience message that we're all
Mm.
sharing is about us either losing ourselves, losing a loved one, losing our clarity on what we want to do with our lives. And so I'm deeply grateful that you have this incredible program where it's so hands on. And so you're able to actually ignite in every single person out there that's stuck because they
Yes,
do
ma'am.
not know where their life would be heading. Like they just keep existing, but they don't live.
Well, look, and doesn't it make sense based on where we are right now? This 2020 experience
Yes,
has
yes,
a lot of people not trusting themselves to get to the next phase of what this journey is going. And don't nobody know. No one knows when COVID's going to end. No one knows what the new work model should look like for each person. But I'm so grateful again that my journey has had me weaving so intricately around these themes of doubt,
yeah.
these themes of blindness,
I
how they view you, what you might be capable of. Will the world say yes to you again? You get to prove that for yourself.
Oh
And
my
so I've got
goodness,
the skill sets.
you are a poster child of resilience, a
Oh,
child
thank
of
you.
courage, enlightenment, empowerment, and many many more. Give our audience 3 tips on how what they
Mhm.
can do in their lives right now to feel more empowered. Just 3 little tips.
Remember what you're made of is the first tip. I only speak to adults mainly in my work, right? And so I say that specifically. There's not an adult living alive today that does not have a reference base, a library of moments and scenarios where they've already been a succeeder and an accomplisher of something. The rub comes. First tip. Remember what you're made of. Go in your database. You had a mountain at 21, you overcame it. You had something else at 27, you overcame it. You had something at 34 and 47, and you overcame it. The mountain doesn't matter. Be it 2020, be it loss of job, HIV, what is in you, all you got to do is say again and figure it out and breathe. So, first tip is remember what you're made of. Second tip is remember whose you are.
Whose you are.
Whose you are.
Whose you are.
From the ancestry that lives in you, that prayed for you, that still prays for you, the team, whose you are, your mom, your dad, your brothers, the love, the amped up sources of pillaring for you, let alone the ultimate of God or whatever you want to call yours. I call it God. You're inside of something. Remember what you're made of. Remember whose you
Whose you
are. And the third key tip is stay authentic. Stay authentic. If you stay in your truth, the truth is you were always made mighty. That's truth. Your truth is you were distinctly made on purpose. That means you will not find your power trying to be something or something else. When you access and find the voice that was meant to be yours, the more that you live and stay yes into that, it will pour out more of your innate truths to you, and the truths become a building block. So, remembering what you're made of, whose you are, and what your truth is, and you'll be
Oh
good.
my goodness. How beautiful. Oh my goodness. Very insightful and very, very unique. It's a great reminder that we do have a library of memories, a library of resilient stories that
Mhm.
you can tap into. You've forgotten that you've overcame a lot of them already. Right?
Exactly.
And then
Absolutely.
it's so funny. I'm smiling and getting teary also even listening to you say like
Oh.
whose you are, because I'm, like I said, like, I think my ancestors and my loved ones who have departed, I don't rest in peace because I keep calling on them. Because I talk to them like they're just around me. And because I know that they're surrounding me and watching me and guiding me, and God is there and all my angels. And I truly believe in what you said, but I'm laughing at myself. It's like, should I tell really that should they really rest in peace? But I keep bugging.
But they do rest in peace, and here's why they do. And they don't mind it because it's like any parent, any person that you love. If the person that you love and you reach out to them and go, "Hey, person that loves me, can you help me?" They're excited to go, "Absolutely, baby. Come on, little girl. Come on, girl. We got you."
Right?
They're
And
thrilled.
also, like the authentic, and I always say with Christine, I think one of the reasons why we are so vibrant in our
Mm.
lives and in our love for each other is because we are living in our truth. And yes,
Oh,
you know what they say, it's a
yes.
cliche, but the truth will set us free.
There you go. Absolutely,
Carmen,
Pearlie.
where can our viewers follow you, find you, work with you?
Oh my gosh. So, there's Google. No, but I've got my social media stuff is all scrambled. So if you want to go to Facebook, I'm Carlton Wilborn USA on Facebook. If you want to find me on IG, I am Carlton Wilborn Rising.
Hmm.
And everything else is do a search and put my name in and you'll find me.
And of course, how do they enroll on your program for?
Yeah, so if they basically get into my calendar, I've been posting my calendar online because I need to vet everyone. I need to make sure that the situation that they're up against, that they are really ready, that they're really ready. I only, at this point in my career, and I'm sure that you've experienced this with the coaching work that you do as well, you can only make a difference for the person that is seriously ready.
Yeah,
Just because they hit you up to talk out their problem doesn't mean they're ready to fix their problem.
exactly. Exactly.
So I vet them by having them schedule time on my calendar. They can get into that. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. I love phones. I love technology. And I love that we get to be in this 2020 time that keeps everything so real online and you get to do everything. So here is how you can find me. I am calendly.com, fierce alchemist.
Actually, oh, you know what? When I broadcast this, I'm going to write your link so
Absolutely.
that
So,
nobody could make a mistake in that.
so it's Calendly / Carlton Fierce Alchemist. If you do
Oh,
Carlton Fierce Alchemist, you'll find me.
this I told you this is one of my favorite episodes because first of all, this is a lot of fun. There's a lot of juicy stuff that we shared.
I love your bright spirit. Can I just pause you for a second and say the thing that really, when I got to meet you through the mastermind, was honestly the vibrancy of you, Furley. And I can only imagine the difference that you make, whether you're coaching or just the people that get to be around you. It's intoxicating, the youthfulness of your spirit. So that's been a blessing for me, and I'm glad that I got to experience it. And I wanted to spend some more time with you to suck some of it. I want to get some. I
I
want to
know,
get some.
you know what they say. Like sometimes, people would love to actually be able to enjoy some of my vibrant spirit, so to speak. Right?
Hmm.
But I need to be replenished too, and I feel like I've been replenished plenty today.
Oh,
And
oh, thank
I
you.
feel very, very, very richly blessed by you, your friendship, and I could not wait till we actually be able to go out there, share a stage, share an event, because I know
That
that
will be great with you, and I'm going to hold you to that. I
yes,
am giving you
definitely
a yes.
always cross my heart.
Seriously,
Okay,
yeah.
everybody watch. Okay, this is going to be okay. We're going to put it out there. You are all our witnesses that we are going to do something, you know, unbelievably magical together.
I like
Because,
this. I actually
yeah,
really like this.
right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. We are so different in our flavors, and I can see that we can make a.
But there's a synergy with our flair and our swagger,
Yes, yes,
right?
I love it. I love it. Uh, so I said, like, thank you, David Fagan.
Thank you, David Fagan. And my apology for being late, y'all. I had some back end stuff that I had to fix. It was not her. She was trying to find me. I was lost and scrambled. So I got to give due.
But it's okay. It's so worth the wait. And as I've
Thank
said,
you.
I'm deeply grateful. I'm glad that you got to share your beautiful, heartwarming, and heart wrenching and very inspiring story. And
Thank
I
you.
hope that many of our viewers will share this and also share the opportunity to work with you on your upcoming event, because as you can very well see with this podcast alone, I'm sure something in you was ignited because of his incredibly wonderful words of wisdom. And
Thank
so
you.
this
And
is
let me just give you, so the other simple way that they can reach me is also through the phone number. We do still use the phone, y'all. So 888-750-5322 is the direct number to my coaching business,
okay,
and that will get
okay,
you
go down and say it again.
888-750-5322. Will get you to all the contacts to get inside of Fierce Alchemist 1.0, which launches September 29th, next Monday.
Whoa. Oh my goodness. I am so electrified right now.
You're
Well,
beautiful.
oh, thank you so very much.
You
And
are.
I can't wait to work with you in the
Yeah.
future, do something spectacular. I know this is going to be one event, not just one series of events that will change so many lives. The legacy that we're
We
going to.
should do a tour, is what we
Yeah.
should do.
Oh my goodness, I would love that so very, very much, because one of the things that I've been manifesting out there to the universe is that I would like to do a world tour. I am actually ready with my music. I'm ready with my message, and then COVID happened. And
Mm,
the reason why this also was delayed is because I needed to meet you. And so I know that this is going to be even more spectacular, more life transforming now that we're going to be joining forces
mhm.
together. This beautiful synergy is like, I'm going to get teary now because I, I feel like I've just been downloaded a blessing. And
Oh,
yeah, truly, I mean that. I am very spiritual myself, and I am grateful for all the people that come into my lives. I always pray to be
mm,
sent my angels to help carry out my mission in life, to be the voice of hope and resilience. But when you also come across people whose story are so inspiring and in so many different layers and colors will be able to change lives, magic
mm.
happens. And as I've said, like, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. All right, on that note,
I love this.
um,
Faces of Resilience, y'all. Please stay tuned into this. This female's force is real. I'm so excited that you wanted to spend some time with me and allow me to contribute to this massive movement that you're about. So, further congratulations on everything that's happened to you and everything that you're up to. And however I can be a support whenever you need me, you know how to reach out to me. Y'all be good. 2020, stay strong.
thank you so very much. Again, the best is yet to come. Thank you so very much, Carlton. And for all of you who have chosen to spend this beautiful afternoon with us, thank you for blessing our lives by being a part of it. Until next time, this is Pearlie Almonte of Faces of Resilience. Live gratefully and live vibrantly. Take care now.